Let's take a stick and then shape and burn a beautiful magic wand. Alright, let's start with this green ash stick that I debarked and let dry next to my door for a couple months. First, you want to see your grip size and make about 2 more grip lengths for the length of the wand. And now right here where I want to separate it, I'm just shrinking this branch with the sander, and then you'll see me start to turn where I'm going to make the separation. And when it's smooth enough, you can just snap it off there and then round off the end, as this will either be the butt or the tip of your wand, depending on your preference. In this particular wand, I believe I made this the butt, or the end. I'm using a special eraser here to clean up the belt, as it does get gunked up with sap and sawdust as you go. And now to shape the end, or the butt of the wand. And now for the handle separation and to make the finger grooves for a nice comfortable grip. I just really use the edge of this pulley for most of that. And there we go, one shaped wand. Expecto passando. Alright, we start with 80 grit sandpaper. And we stop at 150. And now for fire. Just gonna burn this lightly so that you can see all the grain pattern show up. Alright, time to color the wand. Now for this one, it's going to end up as a sparkly gold with a bluish undertone. So first up, let's mix the coloring. Today we need a vessel, we have some unicorn spit gel stain, we got purple, and we have metallic teal. Now I like unicorn spit primarily because I could say my wands were blessed with unicorn spit. It also mixes the colors mix really well together, and I can dilute them with water just to make them thinner or thicker with less water. This is not paid promotion, I just quite enjoy it. Then you just add some water and we'll mix it up. Always use a scrap piece of the same type of wood, this is black ash, in order to see how the wood will take the color to make sure you're getting what you want. As we can see, the color is sticking to the grain, nice and thin, but not too thick. Alright, let's brush it on the wand. And to even out the transition, just wiggle it with your finger like so. There we go. One colored wand. Next is shellac, and that'll turn it gold. Now, if you didn't want a gold, you would use a clear shellac. But because I'm using an amber shellac, that's what's going to shine out most once I put it over the colored section. but it also brings out the burn in the handle just gorgeously. When gripping the already coated section, try to aim for a spot that's easy to wipe to give a final wipe after you place it down. And try to minimize your surface because your fingerprints will dull the shellac wherever you're touching it. But you can give that a little final wipe once you put it down. Alright, now to let it dry. Then we give it a 220 sand. Don't forget those finger grooves. And on to second coat. Now you can add as many coats as you want. It'll get thicker and more glossy up to a point, and then you'll just be making it thicker. I usually stop after 2, although with wands with the unicorn spit, I'll often give a third coat as it gets a little rough by where the unicorn spit was.